sexy, it hurts. And I'm too sexy for Milan, too sexy for Milan, New York and Japan.
Here's a battle against my good buddy Josh, and we had a couple of battles before and a couple of battles after, but this one was probably the best of all of those. It was pretty intense. So he's gonna lead with his scissor. I don't know why, but I just lead with my fly gun, and I go for just for the U-turn, just to get out of there and shit. As he goes into Jellicent, so I go into my Breloom. And right here I'm going to tell you, I go for the Spore, but this was probably the biggest mistake I made in this game, because putting this Jellicent to sleep was actually a big misplay, and you will see later on why it was a big misplay. So I forgot about his Celebi, because probably I wasn't really paying attention when I was choosing my pokes and shit, so I just go for the Swords Dance. And Celebi is the thing that really walls my Breloom entirely, so I have to switch into Heatran, as he goes for the Thunder Wave, but it doesn't really bother me because I'm not Scarf. I am a special defensive variant and shit. So then he goes into Latias, and yeah, I get paralyzed, but I probably went for the Lava Plume, which would have done like nothing. And then he goes for the Spec Surf, and look how much it does. It does like almost nothing, considering it's a Specs Latias. It did like what, like little less than half. I mean little more than half. This is just amazing. Special Heatran, especially defensive Heatran all day. So yeah, it goes into Ape as I switch into my Burungaru, predicting either a fighting or a fire move or whatever, but he goes for the U-turn. Still works out because it's not very effective on me. Then he goes into his Latias as I switch into my Snorlax on the predicted Draco Meteor, because, well, he goes for the Specs Thunderbolt, but it's like whatever, because yeah, Snorlax can take either of those. So he goes into his, what's it called, the big bog white rock, Crustle I think his name is, if I'm not mistaken, but I know I can't touch him unless I get like to +5 with Curse and shit. So I switch into my Reuniclus, go for the Calm Mind, as he goes for the rocks, and then goes for the Bog Bite. And X-Scissor is obviously better in my opinion, but it's his choice, and it actually did a lot. I'm surprised, because considering he is a defensive variant and I am actually physical defensive, still does a lot. But nonetheless, he switches into his Latias as a +2 Focus Blast with the Life Orb. It actually does a lot considering it is a Latias. So then he actually goes for the Trek, and if I was him, I would have gone for the what's it called, Draco Meteor. Yeah, just Specs Draco Meteor, even though I have +2, would have done a lot. That's what I was predicting, so I went for the Recover, as he tricks me the Specs, and Specs Recover all day for the win. So I have to switch out because my Reuniclus is fucking crippled. I was so pissed, to be honest. And so he goes into that rock, gets up some spikes, and I have to go into my Jellicent, because it's the only thing that can really touch this Crustle. And it's actually pretty sad because I'm giving him 3 spikes, but I have nothing nothing super effective besides this Scald. So yeah, he goes into Gucci again, and the Scald isn't going to do much at all. I thought he was going to go for the 3rd layer of spikes and then just, sacrifice his Crustle and shit. So now I have to switch out because I still don't know what stab does he have. I mean, I think he showed Psychic. Yeah, he goes for the Psychic, probably predicting a switch into Breloom, I'm assuming, But I go into my Heatran and takes it fairly easily, and I know, yeah, even if he is the dual stab, it's not going to really touch me, so I just go for the rocks. Just, late game rocks, but whatever, doesn't matter. So then he goes for the Earthquake, and this is what confused me. I mean, I should have probably expected that, but I mean, I run on my own Crustle, even though I don't really use it, but I run dual stab. I have, I think, Stone Edge and X-Scissor, but I think X-Scissor and Earthquake works better coverage, I think, even though Earthquake is not stabbed. But nonetheless, he kills me. If I knew that, I would probably go into my Jellicent, but that's game, whatever. So I go for the Toxic on the switch to Celebi. Celebi has fucking Natural Cure, so it doesn't matter. Natural Cure or whatever. So then he reveals he has this, what's it called, Leaf Storm. And yeah, a Leaf Storm will kill me. If it was like, what, Grass Knot or Energy Ball, would have not killed me, but It's okay, I can go into my Snorlax, and I think I'm gonna go for the curse. And he goes into his Crossel right now. Yeah, no, I just go for the body slam on the switch, hit the Crossel, but don't get the para hacks, and he's actually faster. Like, wow, I thought this thing doesn't have like speed at all, but I still go for the curse nonetheless, and he sets up the last layer of spikes. I think it is. I'm not sure though. I think it is the last one, but I know that in order to kill him, I need like what, +2 or something. So then he actually switches into Scissor, probably predicting another curse, but I just go for the body slam and get the para hacks. So right now I'm thinking, alright, Bullet Punch won't kill me, even a Choice Banded Bullet Punch. But then he actually, I think he thought that since I went for the curse, I have -1 speed, so he's still faster, but nope. So then he goes into Infernip, and I'm like, alright, you probably don't have 2 Choice Banders in your team, don't ya? And he has a second Choice Banded Pokemon, because this close combat kills me. That is a bit confusing. I mean, having like 2 Choice Banders, but I guess it's his choice works for him. So I'm gonna go into my Specs Jellicent and go for the Psychic, and Psychic kills the guy, what's it called? The Crossel. Then he goes back into his Ape, and I know a Banded U-turn is coming, obviously, so I switch into my Flygon, and I know, well, it's neutral, so I'm thinking I'm gonna live that, but yeah, then he goes into his Celebi, and I can't really touch it. I have the U-turn, which is 4 times super effective, but look how much it does. Pathetic damage, considering it's 4 times super effective. Yeah, so the Celebi is the bane of my existence at the moment. He goes for the recover like a douche, but what else? You know, what else can he do? Is just, you know, it's the obvious play. So I go into my Jellicent. Now I switch into my Breloom, predicting the what's it called? The Leaf Storm, right? So my plan is he goes for the Leaf Storm. I want to lower his special attack and then switch back into my Jellicent on the Psychic, and you know, to spam, and then can start spamming Psychics. But doesn't work out because he didn't go for the Leaf Storm in the first place. So now I switch back into my Jellicent as he goes for the Thunder Wave and paralyzes me, but you know, it's gonna be a bit annoying, but whatever. So I get the first turn Power Hacks, I think. Then I'm gonna start spamming Psychics because I'm hoping for either a crit or a Spadaf drop, and I think I'm gonna get the Spadaf drop this time, but I think I went for like 16 Psychics in this game, but I got like non crits at all, 0 crits. I guess, well, what's the crit ratio? Is it like 12% or 6%? If it's like 12, then it means like every sixth move should, like, you know, crit. But didn't happen to me though, so a bit unfortunate. But you know, I'm just gonna start spamming Psychics for the rest 20 minutes because, yeah, this is my only chance. I need to crit that Celebi or get another Spadaf drop, because after -1 it still does a lot. I think almost half. Look at this. Well, not a half, but I think it was like 1/3. But you know, considering he resists that, it's pretty good. But then again, I have the specs, but I'm bold. I have like non-special attack investments, so I live the Leaf Storm with 2 HP, which is pretty professional. But he still just spams recovers, and you know, he doesn't want. That's what I was hoping for, to get him low enough so that my Flygon can come in and revenge kill him with U-turn. Because as I said, this is the only thing that stops me from sweeping with Breloom, because I can sweep with the Breloom otherwise. So he goes into what's it called? Jellicent, right? So Psychic does, you know, a lot, but then he switches back as I get paralyzed. Here would have been the crit would have been really awesome, but you know, he goes for the Psychic and finishes me. So I go into my Flygon, and at this point I pretty much realize that it's done already, because yeah, I cannot touch the Celebi. Yeah, I still go for the U-turn, you know, don't kill it, obviously. I need a fucking crit, but whatever. So go into my Breloom now as he goes for the recover just to be a faggot and stuff. And yeah, I can't touch it, and yeah, that's the mistake I made. I should have put this Celebi to sleep, even though he has natural cure. Still, once he comes in, I would have slept, you know, put him to sleep and stuff. So that's actually bad that I put to sleep his Jellicent. Yeah, that didn't work out well, but it's just a game. So I go into my Flygon, go for the U-turn, and I'm actually gonna get a funny crit, which I needed like fucking 45 turns ago, but whatever. So he goes into Infernape, goes for the Mach Punch for some reason. He was like, alright, please kill. And I'm like, wait, dude, have you ever seen a non-Scarf Flygon? And he's like, right. So yeah, Josh is one of the best players I know in the whole competitive Pokemon thingy. He hasn't played for like 8 months because he was busy and stuff, but I would really appreciate if you go and give him a sub and show him some love. So if you like this, give it a thumbs up, because thumbs up are really appreciated as well. And until the next time, guys, bye.